Schickler, and welcome to episode 23 of Schick Pick 6. Great week of sports behind us. Let's not waste any time and dive right into a milestone story for pick number 6. That's Ryan Getzlaf of the Anaheim Ducks, who played his 1,000th game just last night. 337 players in NHL history have hit the 1,000-game mark, but only 36 of those guys have played all those games with the same team. Getzlaf is one of those amazing greats. Check out some of his greatest plays. He's all over the puck here deep in the offensive zone, not afraid to get physical, and ends up finding a cutting player with a crazy pass across the right circle. Here he comes in late on the play, picks up the puck right in front of the goalie, and look at this move to the backhand. He's the Ducks' longest captain in franchise history with 10 years under his belt. Listen to these stats, they're unbelievable. 934 career points, made the playoffs 11 out of his 13 seasons, a plus 150 rating, leads the team in assists for 7 years. I mean, this is all insane. A plus 150 rating, that's unheard of. It just shows that he's a team-first player, puts the team on his back, and really leads his squad when he's on the ice. If you go to the Hockey Hall of Fame in just a couple of years, you'll be sure to see him there. Coming in at pick number 5, we have another top 10 upset in college football. That's the number 8 Georgia Bulldogs taking down the number 6 Florida Gators down in Jacksonville on Saturday afternoon. Both quarterbacks in this one were equally efficient from the pocket. Jake Fromm went 20 of 30 for 279 yards, and Trask for Florida went 21 of 33 for 257 yards. Both of these guys had 2 touchdowns, but the difference in this one was the strength of the Bulldogs defense late in the fourth quarter. Heading into the final quarter, the Bulldogs were up 16-3. The Gators sure put on a strong fight, scoring 2 touchdowns, but Jake Fromm connected with Lawrence Cager for a 52-yard touchdown to extend the lead even more. Florida's comeback wasn't enough to beat down the 7-1 Georgia Bulldogs. This game was just a prelude to another great top 10 matchup between the number 1 LSU Tigers and the number 2 Alabama Crimson Tide. There's been a lot of controversy this season of who deserves that number 1 spot. So who really deserves it? Find out this Saturday at 3:30 p.m. on CBS. And now over to the NBA and Steph Curry for pick number 4 in today's show. What a disaster in the Bay Area. They're 1-5, find themselves at the bottom of the standings. And you know what? With Steph out for at least 3 months, I think the Warriors should start getting used to seeing themselves at the bottom of the standings. Here's the injury to Curry a few nights ago against the Phoenix Suns. He went strong to the basket as he usually does, but this time used his hand to break his fall, and literally broke his hand doing so. He will undergo surgery and won't be seen back on the court until at least February. Wishing a speedy recovery for Steph. For pick number 3, we'll shift gears and head over to the world champion Washington Nationals. Congratulations to them for winning their first ever World Series in franchise history. Washington, the city, did take home a World Series in 1924, but they were called the Washington Senators, who are now the Minnesota Twins. Let's talk about the Washington Nationals superstar third baseman, who was the franchise's first draft pick ever. And now the time has finally come for this amazing third baseman, Ryan Zimmerman.
It is early in the year, and here's one into center. Back at the wall, and it is gone. 3-2. Here it is! The Washington Nationals are world champions for the first time in franchise history.
What a year for the Washington Nationals. You know, they really struggled early on this season, but turned it right around and finished their fight. On to pick number 2, and that's back in the NHL, but this time in the Eastern Conference with the red-hot New York Islanders. You know, not a lot of people saw this coming. They started the season 1-3 and now have won 9 straight games. They didn't pick up anybody this offseason, not as big of a story as the Devils picking up Jack Hughes, Rangers picking up Kakko, or any of the other moves across the league. But what's most important is that they didn't lose their veteran guys, and that's made a huge deal this season so far. Matt Barzal and Josh Bailey each lead the team with 11 points. This team is playing for each other and competing every single night, getting the loose pucks and making smart decisions leading to goals. They have the fewest power play chances in the league with 12, which is 8 behind the next team. But they don't need the power play because they've been exceptional in 5-on-5 play. And finally, the number 1 pick, I will say with a big smile on my face, as will the rest of the fans in the NFL, the Patriots finally are in the loss column, losing last night to the Baltimore Ravens. You know, when you host Bill Belichick and Tom Brady and they come into your stadium, it's a little bit intimidating, but not so much for the Ravens, who closed out an incredible Sunday night game 37-20 and really took away those sparks out of the New England Patriots. The key to this win for the Birds was Lamar Jackson. He was all over that field like he was invincible. How about this stat? The Ravens put together the 3 longest drives against the Pats this season. Lamar Jackson finished 17 of 23 for 163 yards with an additional 61 rushing yards. And who knows how many yards he tallied running in and out of the pocket behind the line of scrimmage to find a man downfield. Besides their offense, their defense capitalized on a crucial Pats turnover when Marlon Humphreys scooped up the loose ball on a Julian Edelman fumble and ran it back for 70 yards into the end zone. After last night's win, the 6-2 Ravens definitely proved that they are a dangerous team. I wouldn't expect Lamar Jackson to slow down anytime soon, and you shouldn't either. This guy is the real deal. Catch his next game next Sunday at 1 o'clock on CBS against the winless Cincinnati Bengals. This one should be a breeze for the Ravens. As for us, no show next week. The next one will be on November 18th. See you then on Schick Pick 6.